Hi everyone, welcome back to the Integration Cloud online course. So in this video, in this lecture, we are going to look at custom HTTP error response in REST flows and a demo how to send custom error messages in case of failure. In the earlier lecture, we have seen how to use REST adapter in order to export HTTP endpoint which can be called with any HTTP client, whether it's a Postman or SOAP. If you call an HTTP endpoint and if it returns a success, it returns a success response along with an HTTP status code like 200, 202 and other responses code as well in case of success call. If any REST API throws an error, it throws a response along with the HTTP status code belonging to the error family of codes depending on the situation. Sometimes you may get 500 internal server error. Sometimes you may get 404, 400 error depending on the situation. Sometimes what happens, instead of having the error which is generated from the server, you wanted to customize the error messages. So HTTP REST adapter allows us to send custom HTTP error response based on the business logic. For example, if you are creating a REST API and in that REST API, you are sending a request parameter and on that request parameter, you are getting the data from the database. So there are two types of situations. One, that the ID is not passed. The second is if ID is passed but data does not found against that ID, then you can handle this situation into two manner. First, you have to check if the mandatory parameter is missing, like ID. If it is missing, then you can send 400 bad request error, like mandatory parameters are missing. Let's suppose the parameter is passed, but the value which you have sent in the request parameter, the data does not found against that particular value. Then in that case, you can handle this error and you can send a custom message like 404 no data found error message. 404 and 400 both are the HTTP response codes. So let's go ahead and try to create a REST API where I will show you how to handle such type of situations. So let me just log in into the integration cloud here and let me create an integration app driven orchestration and then select. I will create an integration like learning custom message and then click on a create button. Here I will create a REST API error message and then next. Here I'll say custom and I will select the verb as a get and then add and review parameter for this endpoint and configure this endpoint to receive the response. Click next and here I will add a request parameter like ID. I will take this as a string. Next, here in the JSON sample, I'll just take a single field like name and then OK. Next and then done. Save. Let me just change the vertical for layout. So here I will make a switch block which will be used to check the condition, and here on this I will check this ID. If this ID not equals to null, not equals to blank, okay, then I wanted to make a call here, okay. Otherwise I wanted to send a 400 bad request error. So for this, what I will do, under action you have a fault return. This fault return will send the custom error message. Okay, once you will put it over here, then a mapper will be created automatically. Click on a edit. So once you click on a edit here, you can see the error response fault rest and type, title, detail, error code, and error details like type, instance, title, error path, and error code. So under error code, just click on this and click on a create target node. And then click on this, and here I'll say 400, the single quotes, and then enable. Now, then I will select the type and then click on a create target node, and here I'll say 400 bed request, for example. You can give anything, and title I can give a error message like mandatory parameters are missing. That's it. So I have just given the error code, type, and then title. Validate and then close it. Now here I will make a database call. Okay, so I will make a ATP adapter call here. Get data, and then perform an operation on a table, and then select, and then next admin search your tables. I will select the employee table and then import tables. Here I will add a query parameter. I will add it using expression builder and add a new criteria. I will take the ID operator equals, and then parameter is a user ID, and then OK. Here you can see the where clause has been added. Okay. Okay. And simply click on the next and then finish your wizard. Save this, and here you need to map the ID parameter to the user ID. This thing, and then ID to user ID. Validate and then close. Now here I wanted to check the data is found or not. Again, I will use the switch block, and here I'll just check a condition. I will make a count function and will check if this employee has some record or not. So I will check greater than 0. So count function will count all the employees node. If the employee will be found, then one employee will come. So here I am just checking the count and greater than 0. Validate and then close. So here what I will do, I'll just reposition this element. Sorry, this one here. And in this mapper, I'll just map the first name. Get data response, employee collection, and from here I'll simply map this. Sorry. First name to name, and then validate and then close. So in the otherwise, again I will use the fault return. Okay, I'm just returning the fault. Just map this. Similarly, you can map the error code here like 404. Okay, in the type create target node, I can say 404 data not found. You can give title, data does not exist against the ID. Just validate and then close it. Save your integration. Now my integration is completed. What I have done here is I have just created a REST API with the help of REST adapter, and here I am passing one ID, and using that switch block I am checking if ID is not equals to null. If it is null, then I am using the fault return. I am using this fault return to send the custom error response code. And then I'm just making a DB call, and here again I am just making a switch condition to check if record exists or not. If record exists, then I am just mapping the success response. Otherwise, I am just using the fault return to send the 404 not found error. Let's just try to activate your integration. Before I do this, I will enable the identifier. Save this and then close. So let's activate this integration and then test. Okay, so my integration has been activated successfully. Now just take this endpoint and open your Postman and test. So here I'll just put my REST endpoint, and it will enable the basic auth. My basic auth is already there. So let's try with a blank value and then send. Here you can see 400 bad request, and you can see the error code which you set in the mapper 400, and the type is 400 bad request, and the title is mandatory parameters are missing. If you even remove this parameter, then again you will get the same error. 400 bad request. Let's just try to pass the invalid ID here. One does not exist in my database. Click send. Here this time you will get 404 not found. 404 data not found, which you set under type and then title. Data does not exist against the ID. Let's just try to pass the valid ID and see if the response comes or not. Here you can see the data has been returned against the ID. So using the fault return activity, you can customize your HTTP response codes along with the messages. That's all for this lecture. If you have any question, let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.